What's up guys, Coach Sean here with you today to teach you some simple tips on how to master one of the most difficult lower body moves there is, the pistol squat. Now the pistol squat requires a tremendous amount of mobility, stability, and strength in order to execute properly. So I want to show you 3 simple tips that you can use to improve your pistol squat or hopefully help you to get your first pistol squat. Now, one of the biggest causes for people is they lack the mobility to be able to get in the proper position. And one of the most common issues we see with the pistol squat is tight ankles and lack of ankle mobility. So one of my favorite exercises to do to help to increase ankle mobility is we call it a wall ankle mobility drill. So you can use a wall, a squat rack, just anything to kind of guide your knee to. You want to get your front foot about 1.5 to 2 inches away. Most important thing, guys, the heel stays in contact with the ground, toes are pointed straight at the wall. All we're going to do is drive our knee to the inside, middle, and then outside of our foot, just creating a gentle rocking action throughout the ankle. If the heel's coming off the ground, we want to get our foot closer, but as mobility improves, why I love this drill is you'll actually be able to see it by how far you can keep your ankle or your toes away from the wall as you're going through this motion. For reps and sets, we like to use about 1 set of 5 each direction for 15 on each leg every day as part of our warm-up. Now, once we've got the mobility down, we've got to work on the stability down. So we've got that range of motion in the joint, but now we need to be able to maintain that throughout the range of motion of the exercise. So what we like to use are pistol squat holds. So for this, we can use suspension trainers like a TRX or a squat rack, just something to kind of hold on to. And what we're going to do is we're just going to lower ourselves down into the proper position and then extend the leg. What we want to do, guys, just like a normal squat, we want to make sure the weight's on the heel, the chest is up, the knee's not pushing forward onto the toes, but everything's back onto the heel. While we are working on our ankle mobility, we might find we're coming up on our toes. One thing we can do to help ourselves is block the ankle. So we can elevate that heel up on a weight plate, and that way, while we're still working on that mobility aspect, we can still work on the stability, holding this position. Now, over time, we want to get to where we can put less and less pressure on the straps or on the squat rack as we're doing that. So then, once we've got the mobility and the stability, it's time to get the strength in there. So the single leg squat requires you to hold all your body weight up on one leg, so you've got to be pretty strong. So one of the first things that we like to do to help to progress that strength is a seated single leg squat. So for this, you can use a bench, a box, just something where you can sit down. Put 1 foot under a tennis ball. This is great because this is gonna help if you lack that little bit of core stability aspect of it, or you're still working on the balance and stability issue to get through the single leg squat. So same thing as a regular squat, chest is up, we're gonna push through the heel, and we're gonna apply just light pressure on that tennis ball to help with the stability component of this. As strength increases and improves, we can get rid of the tennis ball, or we can lower the height of the box or the bench that we're using. Now, once we've got those 3 downs, guys, it's time to start getting the pistol squat. So maybe you already have a pistol squat and you're looking for a few ways to kind of spice it up and make it a little bit more difficult. What we can do then, guys, once we have enough strength, we can start doing external loading. So we can grab a kettlebell, we can do an offset pistol squat to where we're still going down to the bottom of the squat. Again, toe pulled up, guys, driving through the heels, we come up, or we can add some stability, standing on a Eric's pad or some kind of balance trainer to work through that range of motion, guys. Thank you so much for watching. For more tips, please subscribe to our YouTube channel or check us out at excelperformancetraining.com.